Hello, everybody. This is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free, and you are catching us for another hot and fast episode of Fast Cars, Clear Gems. Where we last left off, a hand-typed note was, a printed note was given to Khan saying that they need to get there. He's starting to smell. Some information was gathered, or rather, some lack of information that led to some better assumptions was gathered by Joker. And Mikey was just kind of chilling with a creepster. So, you have just received this note, Khan. What is your plan?
Hmm. So what did what did everybody find? What did Mikey find out again
About?
about anything? Like I know we were looking at the rental car and like when it was supposed to be returned.
Uh,
Two,
so that there was no return date. I think you guys misunderstood this, even though I tried to clarify. It had been
okay,
rented 3 days ago, but there is no date
right,
it needs to be returned on.
okay, all right. Well, at some point they'll need to.
Right.
So maybe we need to set something up to where we get an alert when that happens, or get in the maybe not even God, we really need to know before they go take it back. But either way, um, yeah. And then you said they brought in, um, they had to have brought in some sort of outside help because the local thugs didn't want any part of it.
Someone did, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Somebody's spooked.
actually,
Somebody's spooky.
actually, yeah. What ended up happening was one guy came looking for help, and then some, and I quote, German sounding dudes came in and asked about that transaction even before you guys got there.
All right.
So there have been two people to that house before you guys got there, like two people to that one guy.
Yeah, this whole thing of of our enemies knowing what we're going to do before we do it is starting to get really fucking old. So
Mm-hmm.
here's what I'm gonna do. We need to scope out how many are in the building. Scope out how many are there. We need a clear idea of that, which means we need a place where nobody's home that we can break into and watch from across the street, or we need a place that nobody lives at that we can break into and watch from across the street, down the street, whatever it takes, because we need to know what we're walking into. Um, and I think probably the best person for that is going to be Mikey, based on the fact that he can probably find somebody's Wi-Fi access to tap into to keep tabs on stuff above and beyond just keeping an eye out. Um,
Well, if we got some audio listening device, you know those big old cone things, we could put one of those somewhere next to me and be like, "There."
we did get some surveillance equipment.
Hmm.
So what did
Very
we?
true. That's a good question.
But
What did you have?
apparently we did not write this down. No, maybe it's in what we need for the job.
Hmm.
No, apparently nothing is in what we need for the job.
Let's see.
Wow.
So,
Because I know
y-
we got some listening equipment, among other things.
right. We will say that we'll say that you guys got a basic basic set of listening equipment. So that'll include the like radar gun or the sonar gun. Um, you guys got a one hidden camera And you also got tools Mikey needs to crack into Wi-Fi, like a pineapple and shit like that.
All right.
Well, as long as I did the reset on my computer, I can do it from there.
Yeah, your computer's all reset and all that.
Because I got the code cracking software and all that video editing, IP address pool generator. You know, I got stuff where I can find the IP and then change it if I want. Just
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I want to send. I want to send Pamela
Mm-hmm.
to. God damn it! I kind of want to send Pamela to go case the neighborhood from what she can do, but it'll be obvious no matter who I send at this point. And I kind of want her to watch. You know what?
Do you keep everyone abreast of the note that you just got?
No, not Lily.
Not Lily? Okay.
I'm definitely not telling Lily shit about that. I don't want her freaking out, and that's exactly
Mm-hmm.
what she'll do. And that's that. I've already got one chaotic element. I don't need
Right.
two.
Oh, I'm so touched. You call me a chaotic element.
So I need. You know what? We'll send Mikey ahead before anything else to, sort of like get an eye out on what's going on.
Yeah.
Uh, and I want to go. You know what? I think. God, how do I want to set this up? I want to set this up in a certain way, and I'm trying to figure out the best way because I want to make sure that
Right.
I've got my eyes on what's going on. I'm probably gonna go with Mikey. Gonna have to have Bickle watch Lily.
Okay.
Joker, after Mikey and I get set up, after we get set up and find out what we can find out, we'll send you a message. And whereas last time I went in nose first, I went in nose first or into the middle of the shit. This time I'm sending you.
So, do you remember how we talked about how... Never mind.
No, what were you gonna say?
Well, Joker's not here to hear any of this.
Yeah.
He just finished his, meet.
Right.
Yeah.
He was kind of already on his way there.
Hmm. Okay.
That
So
might
you were just
force
go
your
straight to. So you're just going straight to.
hand. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because
That wasn't in the plan, but since when has he ever followed any plan you've ever laid
True.
to a T?
that's fine.
And let's actually like maybe Con, you're like getting these plans laid out in your head, and then you're like, wait, Joker, wait a minute. Oh shit. And we will cut over to Joker. Joker,
Okay.
you are just casually driving. You know the address, you know.
Oh yeah.
So you're driving, you get the text that there was like a note that was sent. And that like Khan was about to check it out.
Well, how convenient.
Yeah.
He doesn't send a reply.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're driving along. You get to the neighborhood. This is a kind of middle class-ish neighborhood, you know, but like lower middle class, you know.
Sure, yeah.
You know, like they might have a couple nice cars, but like that'd be the like but they're like one of them has to sit outside, you know, and like the houses are probably like 2 to 3 bedroom, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, go ahead.
We're gonna make a pass by the residency once, just to see if there's anybody parked out front, and then we're gonna go
Yeah.
find a place a nice distance away to park.
So make me an awareness and let me take a look here. We'll do alertness, and I'll allow you to do hitter for this.
Oh, okay.
Because this is kind of a tactical situation here.
Yep. Ugh. There's an opportunity there, though.
True. And 12 is not the worst score. You noticed this without any problem, though. Like, this was a low need for success. Outside of the main house, there's like a not super great car, like a car from like the 90s, you know, like
Right.
a decent sedan from the 90s. And then across the street in a house for sale house, there's a real beat up car just sitting there. And it does not look like an open house is happening right now.
Anybody in the car?
Nope.
Well.
Like, this is rookie shit.
Yeah. And Joker probably thinks about heading down the block, reconsiders it again, and goes and parks down the block. Joker's gonna go text, found the rookie,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go pay him a visit.
Okay. Do you go to the house for? Do you go to the house
You
for?
text that?
Oh yeah.
I just said found the rookie. That's all I text.
Okay.
And then we put the phone on silent because if you call, you will ruin everything.
Yeah.
Oh no. Con on the other end looks at his phone, shakes his head, shakes his head and puts it back in his pocket, and pretty much goes about what he was doing. He just kind of plays it off like it was a fucking alarm or an alert for like a game alert or
Right.
something.
Right.
Doesn't even he no sells that it's in any way, shape, or form important, and just puts up the face that you get when you're looking at your phone and it's like, damn it, not now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
really, like that fuck. I know I've got 500 crystals I need to spend. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Lily would like not even notice that. She'd like
Yeah.
see it, and then it'd be a part of her background information, like background brain. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
Uh,
very, very quiet. We're
mhm.
hunting rookies.
So which house do you go to? Do you go to the for sale house, or do you go to the house itself?
Oh, the for sale house.
Okay.
Because if somebody's not there, then they've left something important.
Yeah. All right. So
He's being very stealthy, very quiet.
right.
We're not gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say, make me a couple rolls for that.
Okay, which couple would you like?
I would definitely say thief and agility.
All right, you're not getting the best. You're not getting my worst. Well, that wasn't what I meant to roll.
Would you?
Thankfully.
Yeah.
I meant to roll 2d6, and
Oh,
I'm like
2d6s. That's right. Yeah, I was about to say, would you like to use your boon to cancel out? But you don't have to yet.
ugh.
Okay. 6. Yeah. So, what's your approach to this house, and like, how do you get in?
Oh, he's basically gonna pass in front of the house once just to size up the car, the door, see
Yeah.
if there's an easy access to the backyard, and if there is, he's gonna take it to the backyard.
Yeah, there is easy enough access to the backyard. You hop the fence, and then a dog next door starts barking. You know.
All right. Well, in that case, it's nice and he's gonna have probably the firearm out, probably just the Glock, because yeah, why not? Yeah. We're going to see. All right. They got eyes on the back porch.
There are no eyes on the back porch. You just see a moderate-sized deck. And yeah, you see a moderate-sized deck. There is a doghouse back here.
Sure.
But no dog. You probably have stepped in shit, unfortunately.
How fresh?
A couple days.
So they've got a dog. Well,
Mhm.
this changes things.
But yeah. So you approach the back.
Yep.
The back door is unlocked. It's a sliding door with Venetian blinds.
Okay, are they closed or open?
They are closed.
Hmm.
In fact, it seems that every single window in this place has closed blinds.
Well, well, well. All right, let's try the back door.
Okay. You open up the back door.
Not locked.
Huh?
Not locked at all, huh?
Not locked at all.
Well, it's either very good or very bad. We're going to enter
Yeah.
the house very quietly.
Yeah, you start to enter the house, and the text of the note is not wrong. You smell a dead body, for sure.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
But you also hear, like, a light, like, rustling and, like, the sound of, like, like in the background.
Joker thought he was going to the other house.
Oh shit! No, you're right. I'm sorry.
I
Sorry.
was so
Wrong house.
confused. I'm like,
Sorry,
hold
wrong
on.
house. I totally flipped. There is no doghouse in the back of this house.
Okay.
That is my bad. I was thinking of the other house. Yeah, you get in the back door of this other house. You do smell a dead body still.
Well, that is a problem. Well,
Yeah, you kind of look around and
Yep.
walk into the open floor plan living room,
Uh-huh.
and you see a dead gangbanger on the ground. Clean.
oh, no brass on the.
Nope. You examine his head wound. This was point blank subsonic round.
How fresh?
Pretty fresh. We'll say
Like-
within the.
Like today, within the past few minutes, hours.
Make me an intelligence hitter roll.
Okay. Intelligence. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Let's see, 1d8 plus 1d10. Ugh. And another
Yeah.
opportunity. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. It was probably like some point today, long enough that he'd start to smell of like releasing his physical tension, if you catch my drift.
I gotcha.
Not long enough for him to smell of like corpse rot. However, rigor mortis has set in.
Okay. Which is in the timetable of hours.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna clear the house.
Okay. I will save you the time. You go around every area of this house. You see evidence of this guy being in here. You know, an empty Cheetos bag sitting on the table. Boot marks coming in from the front door. Dude didn't flush in the bathroom. Don't know why. Either he just sucks or he was intentionally being malicious.
It's a litmus test for humanity, dude. Come on. Flush your own
Exactly.
shit down the toilet.
Yeah, right? It's just piss, but still. He's not the type who you look at and instantly think, oh, he's being eco-conscious by waiting to flush till he leaves. Like, no, and you know.
I gotcha.
But yeah, you don't find any casings around the place. You don't find a second set of footprints in this place. You only see this dude's like skate shoes, right? His like the footprints there. And this dude can't be older than like 22,
he got a set of
23.
car keys on him.
Yes, he does, and it looks like it's for that beater outside.
Wallet,
Yeah, he's got a wallet.
ID.
Yeah, he's got an ID. He's
Okay.
just
I'm not
some
ask-
random no name.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say you don't need to make up what the ID is. Just okay,
Yeah.
ID. Gotcha.
No, he's got an ID. He's got a condom in his wallet, probably like $30. You know,
Yeah.
EBT card. You know, all that jazz.
Well, buddy, looks like today was just your unlucky day. Puts that in his pocket, which,
Yep.
To anybody else is like, you just planted evidence on you. That's really dumb. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, one more thing about his wallet. It has one of those like red gem encrusted like silver crosses on it. You know, like the real like bikery looking ones.
Oh, so something that can identify it as his.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's a
God.
real trashy wallet. Looks like there's a spot for a wallet chain that he doesn't have attached.
Right, but one of those like, oh, dude, that's Carlos's. What?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
shit, that's
exactly.
Carlos's. Oh no.
Yeah.
So that being the case, yeah, he'll pull out his phone, give Con a call.
Con will probably be like, he'll take the call away from everybody.
Mhm.
Like maybe maybe it's where we're like stopped off somewhere on the way to the neighborhood or something. And he's like, what do you see?
Well, the rookie's dead. Not by me, though. Somebody got the drop on him. Subsonic round, clean, earlier today, few hours at most. I'm headed into the other house. He was the security detail, so whoever did this, they're either waiting inside, in which case I'd like to say hello, or they've left, in which case there's no reason for me not to be there.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to do me any good to tell you to wait on that at this point. So I'll just say we'll get there when we can.
Don't wait too long. And click.
Yeah. He'll probably like catch back up with the rest of the group and it should be like, did you get that burger? That double mushroom Swiss burger I ordered? Is that in the bag?
Did you get that thing I sent you?
Did you get that thing I sent you? Like starts digging through the bag of the fast food, fucking place we've stopped at.
Right.
Looking for this big, massive fucking burger.
Mhm.
So, and we have Pamela with us too, right?
Yar.
Okay. So,
Pamela's with you, just kind of vibing. She has complained at least 3 times about how filthy this place is. But other than that, she's being a good little grandma.
Says,
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah.
yeah,
I thought that was Lilith, and I'm like, says the lady who smells like she doesn't know what deodorant is.
Oh yeah, no, Lily Baird is totally at home in this place. She's just sitting around bored.
Yeah, I got Bickle watching her. I'm like,
Mhm.
and there's a reason why it's Bickle too. So,
Hmm.
the you can take that how you want.
Mhm.
But yeah, probably like as kind of getting back in the car, like, all right, so we'll be meeting Joker at the scene.
And Lily's like, "Oh shit, dude, what scene?"
No, we're going today. We're gonna go see what's going on.
And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, if you hear anything, give me a call as soon as you can."
Okay.
Um,
Sure.
because yeah, she already agreed. She probably shouldn't go there
Right.
yet. Like, if you're implying that you're just kind of staking it out and not actually going in,
Yeah, that's
like
pretty
she's
much
yeah, like she already agreed, "Hey, I should have as limited exposure in this town as possible." She wants
right.
to be there when shit goes down, but if you're not telling her shit's going down, she's just like,
Right.
"All right, I guess they're gonna
Exactly.
do them," you know?
Yeah. Like and this is me also sort of counting on the fact that she has to have realized that like they were staking us out. She was part of a group staking us out, and she
Mhm.
knows this is how she knows that I tend to go for information first.
Oh, yeah, for
So
sure.
this is totally like, up the alley of I won't exactly tell her what I'm up to, and I won't exactly not. I'll just
Yeah,
play it
and,
down the middle.
yeah, she also this is totally also a con thing to be like, "Oh, yeah, like, Bickle is, he's gonna have Bickle watch me because he's paranoid," you know?
Hmm.
So yeah, no, she's just like, if you find anything, please give me a call. Like, if you need any extra information on the neighborhood when you're there that you haven't thought of, I might be able to help. I don't really know anything about it, but like that sort of thing where she's just trying to be helpful.
Right. Yeah, and probably start heading towards this the scene and what have
Yeah.
you. And
So okay, go ahead.
but yeah, well, I
Yeah.
back to I mean that's all I got on the
Yep.
other.
So back to Joker. Oh, and Mikey, do you go with Con?
Was I supposed to?
I mean that's the plan.
Oh, if that was the original plan, then yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sick. So you guys start driving out there. Back to Joker. Joker, what is your approach on this other house?
Oh, well, he's first off, how well,
Kick in the
uh
front door.
Hmm.
I mean, he's just about to, but yeah, we'll go in the back this time again. Being
Okay.
safe, being smart.
You want to make me some stealth thief rolls? Some
I
thief agility?
I mean, fine. All right.
Unless you just want to casually walk in like you own the place, at which point that is also fine. Nice.
What? I didn't roll that.
Oh. Okay. My bad. I was like,
I'm gonna use one of my two plot point, my two opportunities to cancel out
yeah,
that. Yeah,
to cancel out that disadvantage. Yeah.
yeah, bitter.
Okay. Okay. So you kind of sneak around the back. Similar results to last time, like if anybody was like actively watching you, they'd be like, "Hey, that dude's
Sus.
uh
Yeah.
maybe we should call the cops," but you don't see anybody doing that.
It's middle of the day on a weekday. Nobody's home.
Yeah. Right. Um yeah. So you pop in through the back gate.
Okay.
This is where you see the dog house and the dog shit that I described and all that. You
Well,
know.
shit, Fido. Come on.
Yeah, right?
Pick up after
Um,
yourself at least.
right? But yeah, you you see a back door.
Alrighty. Yeah. Locked or unlocked?
Unlocked again.
Well, again, not good. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go on in.
Okay. You pop in. Um, you hear the noises that I described earlier. You smell the smell. Uh, and you don't even have to go looking. Um, right in the main like sitting area, like in the dining room, there is a dude on the ground. Um, he is dressed in what looks to be some sort of like he's dressed in like a thermal a thermal like sweat wicking sweater. He's got like really tight combat pants on. You see in this room a massive like 3 foot by like 2 foot like slam in the drywall. The table is in fucking splinters. Chairs are knocked down. A fine china set got completely destroyed. um and like this dude on the ground, dead, first of all, looks like he was beat to death. Really, like, really ouch, you know. Um, he has a broken arm for sure, because it's bent the wrong way. But you don't see any tears on his clothing. Um, and you also notice that the chaos is pretty much entirely contained to this dining room. Check your chart.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. Yeah. Just one of those. Well, somebody was having a disagreement. Is there anybody in the? Well, I guess where is the body, and then the person,
You
or
hear
the sound of struggling? Yeah.
Yeah, you hear the sound of struggling in a nearby closet.
Well, that's nice. Let's clear the house first.
Okay. I will once again save you time. You
Okay.
clear the house. It is a lived-in house by some old people and a little girl.
Yep.
You know,
We'll
nothing
open up.
remarkable.
Yep. We'll
Okay.
open up the closet.
You open the closet. You see 4 people inside the closet. All of them look terrified. There is a dude who looks about your age. There is
Yeah.
an old lady, an old man, and like a little girl, and they're all like tied up and gagged.
Well, not what I was expecting to find, but okay.
And this you do recognize from like the photo she would have provided. You recognize this girl as Susan Stitch, Lily's daughter.
Right. The things I do for these people. And probably starting with the mother, we're going to. Not the mother, the grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably get her, just untied. There you
Yeah.
are. You're good. You're good. Just
Yeah, and
take it a moment.
she's cowering. She's very obviously scared, and she's like, "Huh, are you going to hurt us?"
No, I'm with Lily.
And a look of confusion goes on her face, and like all 3 of the adults' face, and they're like, "Lily?"
Yep. She heard what happened and just couldn't stay away.
And at this point, we will cut back. Mikey and Con, you have, and are you taking Pamela as well? No? All right. And
Actually, you know what? Nah, we'll leave her behind.
just
for
the
now.
boys.
For
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
We'll leave her with Bickle and Lily. It's almost too perfect.
Yeah, right. But yeah, you guys pull up to the house at this point. You notice parked down the block. I'm assuming it's down the block. Is is whatever car Joker is using. Joker, did you take your car or did you take like a rental car?
No, we all took the SUV up here. Remember?
Oh, that's right. So did you take the SUV or did you take a rental?
We took the SUV. I mean, I drove straight from the. I don't know what they're using to drive right now.
So they're probably using a rental.
Yeah, I was gonna
Gotcha.
say it would make sense because some of that stuff with my business ventures is probably going through enough for me to at least get a rental.
Oh, for sure. No,
Just like-
it is nothing for you guys to get a rental. You guys are like thieves with like an actually pretty amazing amount of money right now.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so you guys pull up. What is your plan?
Well, first of all, I know he's already cleared the house with the rookie in it, and I'm guessing by the beat up shit car and in the for sale house sign, that's the rookie.
Yeah,
Um, if he's already cleared that, then he's probably and he was and he has. He said he was gonna probably head over to the other house. Then that's probably where he's at. I'm gonna look at Mikey and be like, "You have a gun?"
you do, Mikey. You have that gun Bickle gave you.
Yeah, I still got that one that Pickle gave me. One of these. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, you're my cover. Stay a few paces behind me and keep your eyes peeled. And try not to be seen.
Yeah,
And I'm going to get out of the car and I'm going to walk right up to, and I'm going to actually, first, I'm going to case the place. I'm going to look around and see if I see any movement anywhere that there shouldn't be. And I'm going to use, obviously, I'm going to use my mastermind
sure. And then that would
because,
be alertness.
and then alertness.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to use chess because,
Hmm.
well, because because this is thinking moves ahead. This is if I were setting this scene up as obviously somebody has, where would my moves be coming from and what would they be doing? So,
I would say always comes off like he's at least 2 steps ahead would be
okay,
more appropriate. Yeah.
okay, all right. So we'll go. Uh,
Okay. That is a 14 total.
mhm.
So, yeah, you look around, you see half a block away some kids are playing in a sprinkler. Some dude like some dude's like, I don't know, fixing his car up or something half out of his garage, not really paying attention to shit, you know. There's nobody who looks like they're being a busybody right now, you know.
All right. So nobody looks like they're. What about the house itself? Like, is it a one-story or two-story house, or you
It is
know?
a two-story house. Um but that's being a little generous because it looks like it's probably only like one or two rooms upstairs.
All right. Do I see any movement around to those rooms or on the rooftop, like maybe somebody trying to escape off of the roof?
You do not.
Because if Joker's in there, it would make sense that if he caught somebody still there, they'd have to be trying to find some escape route.
Yeah. No, you don't see anybody on the roof trying or upper stories trying to get out that way.
All right. Well, I think I'm probably going to take a big slurp from my drink, and kind of look around for a minute and hmm. I'm
So
going to
while you're doing that, let
yeah.
me sneak around to the back and come up from the back side of the house while you go up the front.
I
Okay.
I actually was hoping you'd cover my back and be behind me. Joker's probably already taken the back route in like at least in Khan's mind. It's
Okay. Whatever you say, boss.
Yeah.
That
like
makes sense.
All right.
the idea is that I'm being obvious so that if somebody is going to try to get the drop on me, you being sneaky, there's a good chance you'll be able to catch them off guard first, or at least be there when needed. Um,
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
it's almost like part of this is if there is anybody here, I kind of want to draw them in a little bit. So, 'cause I'm using uh, if Joker has smoked anybody out of the woodworks, then I'm kind of playing the role of decoy here.
Sure, sure.
So we can keep a better angle on things. But I am gonna go straight up towards the front door.
All right.
I am going to, and I'm gonna probably, you know what? I am going to attempt to um, pick the lock to go inside.
Okay.
And
You you approach the front door,
hmm
and you do the classic locksmith strategy of test the lock first.
right,
It's unlocked. Joker, you hear a rattling at the front door.
I make sure that I'm wearing gloves. Obviously,
Of course, of course.
not going into a scene without some gloves on my hand. Without
Oh,
some,
for sure.
yeah. Like, and I'm gonna kind of take a look around, and as I walk in the front door.
Yeah. Joker, you hear the front door open and Khan walks in. Khan, you survey the scene. You see into the dining room. You see the chaos that I described previously.
hmm
The big fucking dent in the wall, the drywall, the table in splinters, the scenes of a very intense yet contained fight, and you see the body on the ground. And also, you see that Joker apparently is looking into a closet, and you hear an old woman whimpering.
Well, Khan's gonna probably approach and be like, and like, be like, kind of, good work, Joker.
Oh, me?
Everybody okay?
I didn't do anything. Found him like this. But yeah,
Yeah, and
he's un whatever you want to call that.
unfazed.
No. Currently, he is working to untie people. That's the word.
Uh,
Right. Yeah. Um,
Anybody describe what happened here? Anybody got any information that might be relevant? We're here to help.
yeah. Um, you you get the grandfather's tape off of his mouth. And he's like, he came in and he just and like you notice the grandfather has like a big fucking black eye. And he's like,
Wait, who's starting to smell?
um, what do you mean? Who's starting to smell? There's a body in here.
Yeah, who's the body? I thought that not one of the family members?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Now,
Yeah,
okay, yep.
and I think that's something that Khan is going to be inspecting next because he probably picked up on that on the way. And,
Joker
Yeah.
probably would have said something to the effect of, "That's not my handiwork."
Yeah. Um,
Mm,
yeah, and like he's explaining, and he basically explains that this guy came in, hit him in the face. Just so happened that his son-in-law was um, visiting his daughter. So his son-in-law was visiting their grandchild. Um, and this guy comes in, waves a gun in their face, hits him, which his name is Robert. So hits Robert, um, and then fucking ties all of them up. Actually had Al, which you are realizing this is Al Baird. Um, has Al tie up the old people, and then he ties up Al. Um, and then the guy tied up Susan, shoved them all in the closet. Then they heard a lot of commotion, and that was about 4 or 5 hours ago.
hmm.
So, my
And
theory is the other people got here first and decided to be a good Samaritan, kind of.
And there's one more thing. As you are searching this assailant, you first notice they don't have any ID on them. They don't have any. They don't have any ID on them. Their gear looks pretty pro. And they actually have a tattoo. They actually have a tattoo. It looks like two arcing lines with one line cutting through it.
Tattoo with two
Yeah.
arcing
Oh, here's this. By the way, Joker hands you the.
and a line cutting through.
Joker.
You notice.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Joker hands Khan the wallet. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, this is our other John Doe, or I guess whatever his name is.
I was like,
So imagine this, but essentially in like block print, if that makes sense. Like cleaner, obviously.
right.
But yeah, that's tattooed on his neck. But yeah, you notice one more thing on the body, and
Mhm.
it's in the front pocket, somewhat sticking out on yellow like legal paper.
Mhm.
Kind of folded out. It looks like it's kind of there specifically to draw your attention to it. You pull it out, and in very like very clean handwriting, you see written, "You owe us one," and then a phone number.
I basically I don't show this to anybody. I just kind
Yeah.
of like I just fold it up, put it in my pocket, and I look at and while I'm doing that, I draw attention to the tattoo on the neck. Um, and I'm kind of um basically looking at it and what have you. So I'm thinking our next stop needs to be either we need to go to Montreux or we need to go to Algeria.
Yeah, that's nice.
And
I've got a
I'm
question
thinking,
first, though. Looking at the other,
yes.
looking at the family. Where'd the dog go?
Um, you see like tears start to well up in like the child's eyes, and Al looks at you, and he just kind of like cocks his head upstairs.
Oh, okay. Wait, he didn't see that when he cleared the house?
We'll say like maybe you missed it because it was like, no, we'll say you would have seen it. We'll retcon. You would have seen it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
dog is no longer there.
then I don't get the chance to treat the treat the child poorly, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, we'll just not say anything about the dog then,
Right.
yeah.
at least to them.
Yeah.
I think it's like, well, one thing is for certain: we need to make our departure fairly quickly because there's a real good chance that there will be others on our tail here. Most
Whatever
of
you say,
you,
boss.
like, the question is, how do you people feel about starting a new life in a new country?
Do you ask that to them?
Yeah,
Oh, they're fucking terrified. They're like, they look at you, and Al's like, "What? What?"
You're joking,
just a
right?
thought here. Just a thought here. There's a whoever did this is obviously gonna be able to find him if they stay here. And that's not a good thing for us because then we got to turn around and do this all over again.
You're gonna
Got to
send them
figure
out
out.
of country for this shit?
And
You got
like the
better
old man,
options?
the old man kind of stands up and he's like, "We don't want to cause you any trouble." Like he's like, "Here's the thing. You can take whatever you want. We're not trying to do anything."
Didn't I
Like,
just tell you we were here to help? That
yeah,
her
and
daughter was that her,
Hold
waving
on, hold on,
towards.
hold on. Perhaps we should give a bit of an explanation here.
yeah.
See
You
this
guys
man?
don't even have Lily here, so they're just
Yeah, I'm like,
you
you
mentioned
see,
Lily and they're just like, "Oh, okay, what the
so
fuck?"
so here's the thing. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. You see the tattoo on the back of this guy's neck? The people he's connected with and the people that took him apart, really bad people. They got a lot of connections and they know where everybody, they know where they can find anybody. Just about anywhere it looks like. It seems like they know where everybody's going to be. In other words, we leave here, they come back. And we're not here and we have to come back again. You see, we're working to dig Lily and a few other interested parties out of a rather sizable hole. Not exactly the ideal situation, but nevertheless, sometimes we're handed a few things we're not exactly expecting and we tend to make the best of them.
Con,
What do
you
they want with our Lily?
Con, you talk too much, and Joker is going to walk out the front door.
He's like, just come with us.
um. Yeah.
No.
Oh, come on, I could use an office in Toulouse, France.
Yeah.
This is just staffing.
Yeah. They look at you and they say the first thing we need to do is call the authorities. And like Al kind of
Oh
like
no 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 no! That is the last thing you want to do.
Why do you think Joker's already left, gotten in the SUV, and driven off?
yeah.
He knows how this.
I would at this point um I would roll grifter and whichever of the attributes you want to justify with.
Okay. So let's see.
Because right now you're trying to convince this family that just had horrendous shit happen to them. Oh no, join in on this caper, something that would end up on the nightly news as a horror story, like some shit that they're gonna make a Netflix original true crime doc about.
What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use intelligence because I'm going to. What I'm doing here is I'm breaking down a logical argument that they are not safe here, and that is a bad thing for everybody. And
Yeah.
that getting the law involved is also not safe. Um, that this is the safest thing to do is to skip a country.
Hmm. Okay. Did you roll it already?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
a 10 and a 6.
damn, and 16's really good.
Yeah.
Um, you you convince Al. Al's like, listen, I'm taking Susan, and I'll see Lily, but and he like looks around the room. He's like, I don't want any part of whatever this is.
Tell you what, I hope you get set up somewhere with a job where you don't really have to do much except draw a paycheck and you get yourselves a nice little place and a nice little new start on life.
Um. Okay. Yeah.
You do
You
realize
answer
the
Mikey,
deal.
do
You
you
do
send that as a text, by the way, Mikey?
what?
you
Oh
do
wait, no,
realize
Mikey,
that
you're not
that the
appraised of this.
deal was
I'm
that
not there. I'm sitting out
Lily
in the car.
gets her daughter, right? Not Al, Lily.
Yeah,
She's not going to
yeah.
work with us if he takes her.
No, no. Here, yeah, and that's why I'm trying to pitch this because if I can relocate them, set up an office somewhere else, relocate them where they have a job doing nothing but answering phones and taking messages about investments, then then that gets them somewhere where we can keep an eye on them a little bit better.
What makes
Um,
Khan thinks this is gonna work?
Yeah.
How is
You're
because
the
he
it
expecting
shouldn't.
I
people to
allow
just
me
pick up their
Because it should.
lives?
it's
Because
been
it should.
okay, so it's been several weeks, so I will refresh just his memory as well as Khan's, because Khan would be thinking about these.
Right.
The entire reason for you coming to save Susan was because Susan was being used as a bargaining chip
Yeah.
against Lily,
Yes.
and you wanted more information from Lily, who, even when you committed to saving Susan, did not have all that much more information.
No, no. We're trying to get her on side
Okay.
to work
Okay.
with us. That's
Okay.
that's the plan there.
That's fair. That's fair.
The plan is to get her to work with us. That's why this is. That's why I'm doing all of this is because if I can show that we're trying to pull her family out of the line of fire, then then we can draw upon her skill set to help us out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the game plan. That's what
Yeah.
I'm working towards here.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you convince Al and
And
oh, go ahead.
like if I can get like the and maybe just like fucking get them and maybe to seal the deal, like arrange for them to meet with her to for all of them to have a meet and pitch the plan to all of them as a group. That way they're like, oh, okay, this is not the fucking, just this guy, saying he's working with Lily. We see Lily, we know that Lily is with them, and that this is going to seal, a lot of help for us and, her and what have you.
So
That's the general pitch.
right now, you have convinced Al on specific terms to go with you,
Mhm.
because basically these people were held hostage in their own home.
Right.
Uh, the old people are definitely not going with you. Both of them are like, no, absolutely not. But Al 100%, well, Al 60% is on board, but you have to produce Lily at the absolute earliest possibility.
Right. We'll you know what? Why not? Um, we'll definitely have. I mean, she was going to need to see her daughter one way or another.
Right.
Um, so we'll set that up. Um,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, that'll still work out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So, yeah. Do you just leave at this point and go to the car and then go to the hotel, or what's your plan?
yeah. We take Al and we go like to the hotel so he can meet Lily so he and Susan can see Lily and
Yeah.
they can have a talk.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, Mikey, um, are you driving or passenger seat?
At this point, I was just sitting in the back seat waiting for everybody else until
Okay.
I come outside, and I'm like,
Yeah. You
wait,
see a guy and Susan Stitch, along with Khan, walk out, um, and start heading towards the car. So, do you move seats? Do you sit in the back seat with them? What's the plan?
I'll wait for Boss Man to get here and be like, "You want me to drive us back, or do you feel
No,
like
I'll drive.
okay,
Okay.
I'll drive.
I'll
Yeah.
stay back here,
Okay.
play
So
computer games with the little kid watching? I don't know.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Take the screen
Al.
protector off.
Yeah.
Right here.
Al 100. So you have an empty driver's seat there, or not driver's seat, an empty passenger seat there, Con.
Right.
Al is sitting between Mikey and Susan.
Right.
Susan just looks goddamn terrified, and Al looks a little bit nervous as well. But you guys
What's he got
drive
to be
off,
worried about?
right?
It's not like this is just the most convoluted shit ever.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys drive back to the hotel. Joker, do you go back to the hotel as well?
Oh, yeah, he probably beats them there by probably 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You just left. You were like,
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. He's like, look, this isn't worth it.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys get back to the hotel. Joker, did you tip off Lily beforehand or
No.
no? Okay.
No.
You get in there. Bickle is sitting by the door. You have to do the little knock code. You know, he's got his big fuck off revolver in his hand, let you in, you know. And
He probably walks
Lily,
in.
yeah,
Ladies and
Lily's
gentlemen,
browsing on her phone.
we got her.
And Lily looks like real excited and is like, oh wait, do you not go into the room immediately? Do you wait for Khan?
Oh, no. She doesn't know. He's just no. He's
Oh no,
he's
her
like
immediate thought
is
we
yeah,
got
that she's
her.
here. He's like she's on her way. Khan has
And-
her, and actually I have a question for you.
And she's like, what? You went in and went, what the hold on. And like, she just looks confused and flabbergasted and a little upset.
Look, I went to the surveillance's house, and guy was dead as a doornail. So
And she's-
I figured it was probably prudent to go take a look at the house like then and there.
Are they okay? Are my parents okay?
Fine. Everybody's fine. I've got a question for you though. What's your
She's like-
relationship with your ex-husband?
And she's like, not great.
Great. Have you ever thought about trying to reconcile that?
And probably about this time, I know it's not actually 15 minutes.
No, but
probably
it's
about this
appropriate.
time, Khan,
right.
what is the marching order here?
Con's gonna get out of the vehicle, and he just nods to Mikey to kind of bring up the rear, and he's just gonna like he's just gonna open the door, and like we're here, and kind of start heading upstairs.
And yeah, you guys get in. You see Khan and then Al holding Susan's hand, and then Mikey. And like the second Susan crosses the doorway, Lily just like leaps over the bed and just takes her in her arms. It's like, oh my god, I'm so glad. Oh my Susan, like sort of thing, you know. And is just a mess in tears.
One big happy family. Beautiful.
And
I almost care.
and maybe about like a minute goes by of her doing that, and then she kind of straightens herself out and kind of straightens out Susan's hair and looks at Al, and Al looks fucking furious, and he just goes, what the fuck did you get us into?
Hey,
And
you! Stop it with the language in front of the children.
And he's like,
I'm okay with it. It's fine.
yeah, he looks at you guys and goes, "May I have a word with my
Con,
wife in the hallway briefly?"
Oh,
Con's
wife.
already
You haven't
taking a
even.
shit.
All right.
Yeah, Con already went to the bathroom to take a shit.
Yeah,
Just
classy. Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Just one word. You touch any hair on anybody's heads, I break both your arms. Okay? Perfect.
yeah,
And with that, he leaves.
Bickle Bickle is like Bickle's like, yeah, they've got cameras all around here. Um and actually he sees the little girl, and you notice like on the road trip he picked up just like a whole bunch of bags of candy. And like maybe you guys had never like hung around Bickle, so you're like, I guess he's got a sweet tooth. But he just like pulls out like a bag of gummy worms and kind of just like tosses it at the kid, and she like catches it a little shocked. And he goes, "That's for you." And then he fucking like just continues to sit there, you know.
yeah. Joker does leave the room.
Uh-huh.
He's honestly
Yeah.
actually hoping he gets to break some arms.
Yeah. No, Bickle stays in the room for obvious reasons. Pamela is like, "I'll let you two work this out," and like walks out. Mikey, do you stay in the room? Do you leave?
He's sitting at the desk on the computer, not really paying attention.
Oh yeah. No. So yeah, you hear in hushed tones that turn to not so hushed tones that turn to Bickle like looking at Susan and kind of like whispering something to her, and Susan walks over and starts looking at what you're doing. And she looks like, Mikey, make me a alertness roll and a grifter roll. Nine is good enough to recognize this. This little girl has just like a stone face at this point. Uh, you can infer that maybe mommy and daddy yelling at each other is not exactly a new thing. So she's just kind of staring at what you're doing and like occasionally looking down, but she's not freaking out.
I flip over to a game or something, quit whatever research I'm doing. I'm like, here, let's watch a game. You
Yeah.
want to sit on my lap, make it easier to see? What?
Watching
She does
FIFA.
not sit on your lap. However, she does pull up one of the other chairs in the room very clumsily, and then kind of like kneels on that chair and watches you like play this game.
You're playing FIFA. Go!
Yeah, right. But yeah, Mikey, you probably are the only one who like hears this conversation clearly. There is some very nasty shit said between the two of them. Fucking Al is like just like, you like, this is why you had to fucking leave. Like, this is the shit. Like, you are endangering our lives, you're endangering your daughter's life. Like, what is wrong with you? You know? And she's like, "Oh, like, you're such a great influence. Like, remember when I had to pick you up off the fucking street, and shit like that." They're at each other's throats. Um, and this goes on for about like,
Halfway through it, I'm gonna pause the game for a second, switch over to another program, and call Joker's phone, and then just leave it going,
yeah,
and then go back to the game.
Yeah,
Joker.
That's probably exactly what he was expecting. He's like, oh yeah, juicy gossip.
Oh yeah, and Con, you hear this muffled through the door. It's not
Yeah.
like it is a cheap fucking hotel. So yeah, you hear this. Like,
I think
here's what the mastermind in you is getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they both are terrible gutter rats who tried to make it work and failed miserably.
Yep.
One of them got a kid way early on accident. And then they were just like, well, shit, nothing we can do now. Pretty much Al has like cleaned up his act and like been through rehab, and been like keeping a close eye on like his daughter, who he like only has partial custody to, split between his current wife, but might as well be ex-wife's grandparent or parents and him. So he is like desperately trying to maintain that. And he's freaked the fuck out about the fact that there is an armed man who took them all hostage and blames her like not just like 100%, 150%. Like this is why you had to leave. This is why we don't want you around. Like you cause trouble everywhere you go. You like are endangering everyone. You
And
know.
I think
Man,
this is
he's real.
probably where
He's real judgy.
I think this is probably about the point where Khan comes out of the bathroom and he goes, "Woo! I'm going in there for about 30 minutes. Are you guys about done with your marital issues? Because there's a very serious issue that, well, while we can't change the past, we can attempt to not get killed in the future.
Hmm.
So, with that in
Hey,
mind,
did you do an air freshener in there? Last time it horrid.
was there a can of Febreze in there? I didn't see one.
Ah,
Did you
Look at
mute?
I meant
Did
to
you
get
mute
one.
Joker from being able to talk? Mikey.
Yes, you're
Damn
just
it!
It's like,
You're just listening. Yeah.
I would have loved being able to say over the speakers. Damn it! Damn well you know there's a can of Febreze in there.
the it's
No,
just like,
Bickle will say it for you. We picked it up on the way. You warned us about this.
oh well, you know. He just shrugs. He's like, I'm already out the door of the bathroom anyway. And we have a very serious discussion going on here about, oh, I don't know, whether to stay here and possibly get killed on the backlash of some stuff that nobody can change now, or, relocate and get a job doing basically nothing all day and not die. I think it's a pretty logical choice. I'm laid out there. Whatever your vitriol with each other is, and I'm sure there's quite a bit of it there. And by all means, at some point down the road, you'll have all the leisure in the world to tear each other apart. But we got pressing issues to deal with. Now, am I putting together some passports and making a few calls, or are we just simply risking the fact that once we're gone, shit happens again?
Hey, did you ever call those people? Would say Joker, even though he's still muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even know that because he didn't
Yeah.
he told nobody about that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fine, Gunner is gonna say, by the way, did you call those people yet?
No, there's a reason for that. Right now, there is a whole lot of not telling people shit that's going on in the strategy. 'Cause
Yes,
he
I
didn't tell
noticed.
Lily that you were going. He didn't tell Lily you were going in. He
Oh
didn't
yeah.
tell you not to go in. He didn't he didn't tell Lily about the body. He
You
didn't
think he
tell.
would have listened had you told him not to?
Oh no, he counted on that.
Yeah.
He was counted. I told you I would envelop. I would like make your chaos part of my plan at some point. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this news report to make sure what evidence they published in it yet.
No evidence published, but like right now the local news is running a breaking like more at 6 horror in the suburbs sort of thing of like we know that there are 2 people dead in 2 separate homes. This appears to be a joint venture, potential gang connections.
Yeah, they can believe whatever they want to believe. Just as
Yeah,
long as it's not the truth.
right.
Yeah, and they also mention that's all they mention actually. That's
Yeah.
all that they mention.
Well, how and I kind of want to ask, how was the theft of the bodies covered in the news? Like in the last town where our hometown, like how
Right.
was it covered at all, or did it?
It was covered in so I remember actually telling Mikey this
Yeah,
beforehand. Basically they covered it as like a crime bulletin. Um so it did make like 6 o'clock news headline.
right,
Um but it was like we're not sure how the bodies went missing or who is in possession. If you have any information, please call XYZ phone number. Move on
right,
to the next story. Like there was definitely like no real information on it.
right.
But it is definitely going to be something that the news is following
Yep.
because that is a weird fucking story and news loves weird scary shit.
Yeah. Well, we kind of need to be ahead of this thing and not in the middle of it or behind it. So, um,
We
me
need to
and
be out of this town now
yeah, we
because
need
we
we
got
need
a
to be
news
on a
report in
plan.
the neighborhood.
Shit,
We need to
Joker's gonna call fucking Geekplex boy.
Yeah.
Geekopolis boy.
Yeah.
Hey, just call up. How'd it go?
Um he's like yeah, I called them and they went over and then there wasn't really any commotion, I guess. I like scanners said that there were some suspicious people, but that was it.
Hmm.
Couple people in custody. Couldn't really catch anyone on anything except for like illegally owning a firearm.
Oh shit. Well, that actually went a lot better than I thought it'd go. Oh well.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I th-
I was hoping it was going to end in a shootout because that's always fun.
I
Oh
kind of
yeah.
was too, but I kind of expected that without us there as the linchpin, there was the possibility it wouldn't go off. Either way,
Right.
it was worth the effort to keep them chasing their tails and keep the police chasing, and put the police on the tails of other bad guys that aren't us.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I think I'm already kind of like I'm probably get I probably get to the I probably gather like I probably like it's like, so Al, what are we saying here? Are we uh are we in for a fresh start, or are we going to chance bad things?
Um Susan looks at you and goes, No. This train ends here. All right?
Susan?
Or not Susan, sorry. No, Lily. That is an articulate 9-year-old. No,
I was gonna
Lily.
say what?
Yeah,
Suddenly the
Lily.
suddenly the
No,
little girl's the most confident one in the room.
no, yeah. Lily's like, no. This ends here. Okay. They've got cops going on, and you've done me a big fucking favor. So let me tell you what happens. And like you get this look behind Lily's eyes that's like way more confident than she's been this whole time. And she's like, I'm the reason this happened. I'm the one who ended up getting caught up in some sort of whatever the fuck the cops need to investigate. All right? I get arrested. They go in to witness protection. Al doesn't say shit and like looks at Al and like Al just kind of like looks around the room like, oh fuck, you know. They
Yeah, we
get
can
a
erase your identity, shoot you in the fucking face if you open your fucking mouth. You know, there's several different things we can do if you open your fucking goddamn mouth.
If
I
at this
think
point
Colin
I would
looks
love.
over. Yeah, I think Colin looks over at like Mikey, because this is like the most vocal and threatening he's been to anybody, and just raises an eyebrow and goes, "Well, I
At a,
guess that was succinct."
at about this point, I imagine Joker walks back in and goes, "Holy shit! Yes, embrace your dark side, man."
And she's like,
Then turn right back and play the game.
yeah. And she's like, and like the little girl looks at you just with like hollow eyes of just like, okay. And then like looks back at the game. Yeah, no. Uh, and Lily's like, my family is not getting caught up in whatever the fuck any of this is. You did me a good turn, and that's great, right? I've given you what I can, and I'm gonna give you an out to this, because if there's cops already looking at this, which I guarantee you my parents called the cops immediately, they're the calling the cops kind of people. If there's cops involved, there's someone who needs to take a fall. And if it means that my daughter doesn't have to move to God knows wherever the fuck else and be a part of some sort of, oh, I don't know, criminal operation, then I'm gonna take that fucking fall.
Sorry.
And she looks at you like she is fucking fierce right now.
Khan just kind of shrugs his shoulder. Khan just shrugs his shoulders, says, "Oh well, I tried," and just kind of like no sells the seriousness of the situation and just walks out. And goes, "Hey man, you think that bird dog and shake down the street is still open? I'm a little hungry."
Yeah. Bickle just like recuses himself from the room because Joker's here and is like, I could use something to eat too. Like starts walking with you.
Damn it, I was hoping I was gonna get to break some arms. Oh well.
Yeah, and Al looks scared shitless and he's like, okay. I didn't catch any of your names, and that is great. I did not catch any of it. I'm not gonna do shit.
Look,
eh,
your
go
ex
ahead.
basically said it more succinctly than you could. Just do it.
Yeah, and Lily's like, okay, I'm gonna call you a taxi, Al. You and Susan, and you guys are gonna go to the near, and you guys are gonna go, and like she describes like a plan of basically, they're gonna go to a public place. She's going to call the police on herself. They're going to call the police saying that they have just been kidnapped and escaped from his like crazy fucking wife. And then that shit's gonna like, that's what it is, right? And like, yeah, Lily like hugs Susan, is like, I love you. You're never going to be able to visit me. And like, one of these days, we are going to be able to see each other again. I want you to trust me. And like, at this point, Susan just like starts fucking crying. You know what I mean? And they have a whole fucking family moment. You know what I mean? Al awkwardly stands back. Susan and Lily like hold each other and just like, you know, like fucking like Susan passes on as much like wisdom, you know, as she can.
Don't do what I did. And if you think about it, definitely no. Just stop.
Yeah. And she looks at you, Joker, and she's like, we're gonna get out of your hair. I don't know what you people do from here, but just stay the fuck out of our lives, please.
You think I want to be involved in any sort of this mess? Lady, I'm crazy, but I don't have a death wish.
Yeah, and she gives Pamela a hug because apparently they had a small burgeoning friendship.
She's friends
And
with
then,
everybody.
yeah. No,
Well,
Pamela.
they did hit it off in the Venom store, even though they were both grifting at the time. You know.
Oh yeah, grift recognizes grift.
Right.
But yeah, she fucking leaves, and you guys are just left here.
Alrighty.
So
I am not driving on. Actually, yeah, I think I will drive.
Yeah,
I think
we'll cut back to Khan.
I think with like walking down the street with Bickle,
Mm-hmm.
Khan basically is looking at it, is like, so we got Irma, we've got potentially the Irmisher people. We've got potentially the last of the Caliban of the Berber tribes of any note, and we've got Plainview. So What do you think? Our boy that got nailed was I'm guessing probably had to do with the Berber tribes. They they tend to be that tends to be more their MO than wealthy businessmen's MO.
Um, yeah, he's like, well, doesn't carry wallet, means doesn't have papers on him, means he's not concerned about his identity outside of his job. So assumptions, someone was putting him up here, or he came here with the things on his back and found back channels to get what he needed.
Hmm.
Sounds guerrilla to me. Plenty of people in guerrilla tactics. They just
So
go on hope and prayer.
so whoever got to him is probably the one who's got the biggest jump on everybody. And since we have the least amount of leads on Plainview, despite numerous attempts to make inquiries in that direction, I say it's about time that we go after the people I think may well be the biggest fish in this game right now that we actually have any insight into.
And he looks at you and he goes, "What about the gyms, though? I mean, they're still sitting down on Grand Louis Slat, and the
Well,
cash from the job, or and the rocks from the job that weren't special too."
we if we're going to go back to town, we're going to need to go back in super, super quiet, super, super stealthy, super, super secret.
Mm.
But beyond that, we've got three potential destinations. Either we're going to Algeria to investigate
Kabillions.
the Kabylians, or we're going to Toulouse to Toulouse, France, to investigate Jean-Yves Callier's estate, or we're going to go to Switzerland, to Montreux, and look into the
Mm.
Ermiger people, the Ermiger fineries. I'm thinking our best bet is to go right up the middle and the go straight to the biggest fish where I can identify in the game. Ermiger's people.
Well, here's the question: What happened with what? Did you guys just did you kill him when you got there? What happened? I wasn't there.
Well, so there was Key, and Joker found him dead. And then whoever abducted Lily's family was also found dead, clean.
Hmm.
No, no evidence to suggest anything. There's a tattoo. What do you make of this tattoo? And maybe he takes a moment, pulls out like a napkin, and quickly draws like the image and hands it over. He goes, "What do you make of that?"
Hmm. And he kind of looks at it. And he says, well. And actually, I'm going to have him make a roll.
Okay.
Hmm. Oh, god dang it. My plus key on my main keyboard doesn't work, but it does work on my numpad. So, like, I keep hitting the one on my main keyboard and then being
Ah.
like, oh, why is my equation messed up? Mhm. He looks at it and goes, well, could be. Looks kind of like Phi, the Greek character.
Hmm. Any organizations you know of use Greek characters in identifiers?
And he's like, well, plenty of people like to use Greek symbols and symbology. It makes them seem all important, that sort of thing. I couldn't, or he's like, not phi, psi. Well, if it was psi, it'd have the little thing on the bottom wouldn't be there. All I know is that, I mean, looks kind of Greek.
Hmm. Yeah, well, one of the guy in Lily's family's house was sporting a tattoo on the back of his neck, looked like that. It said,
Mhm.
"We're says either way, I think we need to be making a trip to Montreux, Switzerland."
He's
Thanks.
like, he's like, never been to Europe proper. Could be a good time. We going backpacking and picking up chicks along the way, and kind of shoot you a joking smile.
We can tell people that. They might even believe us.
Yeah.
And
But don't worry, my roguish manly musk will pull us through. Ukrainians know what the fuck we're doing.
he's like, yeah. And I think maybe like probably after like getting a burger and whatnot, gonna
Yeah.
start making some travel arrangements.
Yeah.
Uh, the
Okay.
the start making some travel arrangements. Although, yeah, we'll get into the details of that later.
Yeah.
Because I want to think about this for a second.
Yeah.
You gonna
Um.
clue anybody else in on your thinking? You've already
Not
told the
exactly.
NPCs more than you plan on telling the other player characters.
Yeah.
I'm a mastermind.
Not the only one doing that, so it's okay.
I was
If
gonna
he's
say,
gonna be making plans, I might as well make my own plans. Joker's
Do
planning on
it.
going back to Grand Louis, lad, whether you like it or not. He's got too much shit there.
Yeah,
no,
that's a fact.
no. The
Um,
plan. It's it's more about trying to figure out how we get from step A to step B. We have an information leak, so anybody and this is me as Sean speaking
mhm,
here. Anybody who deals with intelligence knows that half of the game is misinformation or disinformation. You know, so picking and choosing who to tell what in order to find out where everybody stands is a thing that seems like what Khan would do.
That's great. It's just not much fun for the players.
No, 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 no. There's a there's a moment that like we'll be going somewhere. Like I'm setting it up to follow the investigation. We're definitely going to have to get some of our traveling expenses. Obviously, um, that was going to be a gimme anyway.
mhm. Um, yeah, and I think we will kind of like while you're walking back, um we will cut to Joker, Mikey, and Pamela. And maybe you guys are watching the news at this point. And the news is actually breaking at this point. Um, Currently, Lily Baird, we'll say like maybe an hour has passed, you know? Lily Baird has been arrested for the kidnapping of her family, essentially. They don't really know how to classify it because it's not technically a kidnapping. They were all in their own home, but you know,
Sure.
they're calling it a kidnapping.
Well, she held him hostage.
Yeah, exactly. The hostage situation. Um, Lily is currently in custody. Police are currently still working the case, but like basically they're running it. They know about the second body, and they're running this as just like some criminal on a bench warrant came back to town, lost her mind, and just must have hated her family or something. They they still don't even have a motive yet, but they're like definitely speculating. Like this is around the news desk. This is the biggest news in Syndicate right now. Because literally the only other news they would have is, oh, and our financial center is doing well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, they're definitely framing this as a suburban terror sort of story, you know. And like probably coming from you guys, knowing as much as you do, probably knowing more than the cops, this is almost laughable the way the news is covering this. They're basically saying that like Lily overpowered her family and then like in that struggle destroyed the inside of her house. They got a couple shots from outside looking inside and like showed signs of a struggle with that giant fucking hole in the wall. Like they're saying that she did that.
Maybe we should have given her some PCP to make it even more believable.
Haven't you drugged that poor
I
woman
was
enough?
gonna say you've drugged. God, Joker's not this effed up, man. Come on.
It's a joke.
Yeah. No, so you guys are there, and Pamela kind of leans back and goes, "Well, shucks, that was kind of her, but we should probably end up heading back before the police." You know.
Ask too many questions. Yeah, I'm wondering why we're.
Yeah, and Pamela, maybe it's about this time that you guys like walk in the door, you know.
Yep.
And Pamela's like, "All right, so we should probably. So, what was the point of us coming up here to save her anyway?" Kind of scratches her head.
Well, we were trying to get a Lily on our, but you know, you win some, you lose some.
And
I thought
she
it was
like
for
looks at
information.
you, huh?
I thought it was for information. Joker's pissed too at this
She
point.
didn't. She
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of information.
Then
You
why the
scared
hell
every
did I
bit out of her
spend $50,000 on her bond?
Because
Yeah.
you didn't have the information out of her before that point. You got it out of her when you scared the shit out of her at the.
As far as I'm
abandoned
concerned, you
park.
owe me $50K.
Oh,
His
as
arms
far
are
as-
crossed and he's pissed.
Uh-huh.
And she
Oh,
actually.
if he's gonna act like that, guess what? He's still got keys to the SUV. He's leaving.
Yeah. Hold on. Pamela's like, wait.
Nope.
Hold on.
Nope.
Hold on. I get it. Tensions are running high. We just kind of ran an errand up in fucking New York for not a lot of good reasons, but we can take solace in the fact that there is a little girl who is now safe. And
He's still leaving. At this point, he's not hearing anything that he's worth. Yeah, he's leaving.
Yeah.
You guys can take
Yeah,
the rental
like,
car back to Lou's
think-
lot as far as he's concerned.
yeah,
Oh no. And like Khan's okay with that. He's just like, well, he'll either cool off and come back or he won't.
If you keep acting like that, chances are he won't.
Oh, he's say la vie, man.
Well,
that's
that'll
true.
just be
That
his
is
problem.
true. And in fact,
You know?
we will get you a plot point because that is very c'est la vie and very to the detriment of your crew.
Yes.
Like you're just like, oh, whatever. When very much he's like,
Joker tried to
integral.
help. Joker was trying to be a helper, but
yeah. So yeah, give yourself one plot point. Pamela's like, well, okay.
that was her car.
Right, exactly. Right. I probably need to attend to my car. If we don't catch up before Joker decides to drive off, I will see you all in Grand Louis Lat. and she kind of like gives y'all like a big like wave like that. And you can tell Pamela's a little annoyed too, but she's like good at hiding it because she's like an old lady, you know? And that's kind of her job. So she leaves the room. And yeah, Bickle kind of like looks at the rest of the room and is like, so about the rocks and about well, first of all, I'll make it clear. And he like looks you dead in the eye, Con, and he goes, part of the reason I'm hiding these rocks is because I don't want to be seen as not useful to you anymore. Um, and the other part of the reason is because we don't know who's listening. And he looks over at Mikey and he goes, right now, you are probably our lifeline to, I don't know, figuring out what's going on. One thing I do know is that clear lines of communication, ironically, probably should be established because I personally, that rallying speech you gave a couple days ago about how all of us stick together or else we're all going to get caught in the wind, situation isn't looking so good right now.
It's always darkest before the dawn. Besides, this allowed us to gain a bit of information in and of itself. Mikey, and I hand him like the napkin with like the tattoo drawn on it. See if you can get anything on this.
And
Meaning, any known organizations who might like to use it, anything like that. That may be nothing, it may be something, who knows. But we did learn that the Ermiger people beat us up here even. And so did whoever else took out those people, which still tells us that we've got an information leak. So clear
and
lines of communications, as much as I'd like to have those right about now, seems to be having the effect of our enemies are ahead of us every step of the way.
yeah, and Mikey, you don't even need to Google this. You didn't really think that this was all that prescient when you found it. This is the image off of the like this is the image that is supposed to represent the movement for autonomy of Kabylia. Um, like this is the symbol they want to put on their flag. This is like the symbol that anyone who believes they're a true son of Cabal like wears. You know, like this is Kabylian.
Mm-hmm.
I pull up that file and be like, oh look, they're trying
Yeah,
to put on their flag and stuff. That's what that's from.
yeah.
Voila. And there we have fresh information we didn't have and probably wouldn't have necessarily and we probably wouldn't have been found otherwise. And it was like, we know that this now confirms something I've been suspecting all along. This is of international importance, not just a simple bag a few gems and go home. This proves that our trip up here proved that Ermiger's people are involved and know what's going on here, and it proved that the Kabylians are involved and know what's going on. That's definitive proof of two players. I call that a win.
And maybe we'll cut from here. We'll cut to the SUV. Joker, you are angrily getting in the SUV, and Pamela's like, "Wait, hold on, that's my with you!" Like coming up to
She's
you.
she's either getting in or she's being left behind. There's,
Yeah, no, she gets in. She gets in. You
hope he
know.
didn't leave anything because we're not going back.
Oh, they better grab my luggage, those sons of bitches. And like she
He's just gonna look at us like that and go, "Oh, well, that's not my problem. Thanks for all your fucking work." Really?
and she's like, well, okay. Hold on. hold on. Yes, Khan is a bastard. And he is a major bastard. Like, first things first, he is suspecting literally all of us of being somebody trying to get him. And that is kind of not the strong basis for teamwork. But I kind of see where he's coming from. Not to his extent. Don't get me wrong. I am not a fan of worrying that Khan's gonna find out that I took a shower and then learn, oh, this is the size of her jiggly bits. Like, I'm not a fan of that. But discretion is the better part of getting away with a crime.
I'm still kind of hung up. What are you trying to say?
Listen, and like maybe you guys are probably driving at this point, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
like you said, we're not stopping.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Let's drive back to Grand Louis Lat. I don't like it in fucking New York as much as the next guy. But when we get back to Grand Louis Lat, you two are going to sit down. All of us are going to sit down and we're going to figure some shit out. Because here's the thing. Either we bite each other to death or we strangle each other to death. And neither of those sound particularly fun to me. I'd prefer to get this sorted out, in a normal way. We can do it at my house. I got a nice little estate. I'll get some iced tea. But we'll get this shit figured out. Are you willing to work on that? Because I will set this up with everyone else.
Kind of just looks over. I'm willing to talk. After that, not much else.
Sure, and don't worry.
He can go and run off to the ends of the earth and get himself killed by people who want fucking diamonds as much as the next person. Me, I've got a good thing going on here and don't feel particularly inclined to solve this mystery. Not even for 2 Scooby snacks.
And she's like, well, sure, I get that. And I will make sure that you are heard because the thing is, I feel like we have been a lot of people without a mediator. And I happen to be pretty decent at doing that. And she's like, you know what might cheer you up? You like Dolly? I think, wait. You're not a Dolly person. You're
Dolly is just fine.
And she kind of warmly smiles at you and turns on some Dolly Parton as you guys drive with the now leaving Syndicate fucking sign behind you.
He is not easily consoled.
Sure,
This
I
is going to
understand.
be a while in the making.
Right.
But it's a start.
Exactly. And maybe like as you guys are leaving, she's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna drop you off at your place because again, this is my van." And she's like,
We get to Louis Lad, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. And we'll cut back to the hotel room. You guys are all getting packed up. Pamela's luggage is left in the room, along with whatever luggage. Well, no, she didn't have any luggage. But yeah, Pamela's luggage is in the room. Everyone gets put together. And Bickle is like, so, are we allowed to take this rental car out of state?
Well, they have offices in multiple places. I'll just turn it into one of their other. It'll be fine.
Yeah, he shrugs and goes, "What?"
It's like I wouldn't have gotten one if I couldn't return it back when we get back.
He shrugs
I'm
and goes,
starting to figure out that there is a pattern.
yeah. And you guys get into the car and goes and Bickle like gets behind the wheel, kind of maybe kicks the side while he's inside of like damn cheap Chinese cars have stupid little knob here over by the foot pedal, makes it so I can't stretch my legs, whatever.
You know what? Actually, Khan makes sure to grab Pamela's luggage and throw it
Yeah,
in the car. There
sure.
are a number of good reasons for that.
Oh, for sure.
The first and most chief among them,
The terror of Pamela
evidence.
if you don't.
No, no. Any potential evidence that we were in Syndicate that doesn't exist for some other reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I know Joker probably left a bit of evidence around because he was even like, "Yeah, this was a bad idea." But
Yeah,
Khan is meticulous about that.
right. Um,
He personally doesn't care what the fuck Khan thinks.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Khan
no,
could bring
Oh,
it
no,
yeah.
up. He's like,
no,
it
no,
was a bad idea. I don't give a fuck what you think was a bad idea.
no, no. You said it was a bad idea. You
Yeah,
were in
yeah.
the moment said, "I pick up his wallet, and this is a bad idea."
Oh,
But
yeah.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Because Joker's,
I'm
yeah,
referencing that.
yeah,
That's
gotcha.
what I'm directly referencing.
Yeah.
Joker would still be obstinate about it. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah. Um, so yeah, you guys are driving back and uh maybe Bickle like looks in the back seat and he's like, "So Mikey, I haven't really heard a lot from you about what you think's going on. What you think's going on?"
Everybody wants the damn gems for some reason. They look god awful ugly. I don't know.
I mean, truer words were never spoken.
Right? And he's like, "Yeah, I get that they have some sort of significance. I mean, fuck. If Kabylions are involved, they're what? They're probably. I mean, they probably want it because they're important. What? Signs of anti colonialism or something like that?
Cultural touchstone in and of itself. They were little known fact. These gems were stolen from the Congo area, from the Berber tribes area, from the Berber tribes themselves by one Jean-Yves Callier, a French colonial.
And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, we all heard this. We all heard this at the very beginning. But
And the
he's like, so why does Ermiger want them? I mean, I'm sure having some sort of symbol of oppression is, I don't know, not exactly their best work to have on display. I mean,
and
fuck, their involvement in this is even weird. Like, why would they even give a shit? Like,
it's a
who?
good question, and that's what I want to know.
He's
If
like,
I'm not, there is a good chance. And remember, we're always trying to get back to Plainview. So anything that we can find to investigate that, even if it doesn't look like it's going to get us back to him, because I want answers on why Plainview decided that he was going to double cross us and send another team after us.
I've been having some theories about that myself. I bet you that Plainview probably wanted, well, maybe he wanted assurance that the gyms would get to him no matter what. I mean, that would have fucking backfired, but, I mean, far as I know, I've just pegged him as some rich collector. Grabbed a couple
And
other things for him before. Grabbed a miniature sphinx that was sculpted for some, I don't know, some fucking. I think he was French or maybe he was Britannian, not British, but Britannian from Brittany. I don't. I didn't pay too close attention. I just had to make some dude eat his own teeth.
hmm, what else did he have you get for him?
I mean, there was that. A lot of things that seemed inconsequential. There was some old outwritten deed from Railroad Baron, as he called it. He always liked to put these fucking lectures before everything about the
Deed?
historical significance.
Where a railroad deed? Where was the deed to? What railroad? Where at?
Uh, it was a BNN deed. I mean, it's completely out of date at this point. It doesn't actually give anyone land rights, as far as I know. I picked
Hmm,
it up in Kansas.
interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well,
Uh,
that's certainly of note.
it's
Is
interesting. He had me picking up all sorts of shit from old Western times or whatever. You know, Civil War artifacts, old pistols, shit like that. I mean, I haven't been running this racket that long, but Plainview was a consistent client for at least a year and a half. Paid for travel and everything.
so there's a specific era that that he tends to be most interested in.
Sure, up until this point, I mean, the Sphinx seemed a little bit out of place, but then, I mean, whatever, who the fuck cares? And then these gems, maybe, I don't know, maybe he had some kind of ancestor or something who wanted these gems, or maybe were traded in the Old West, I don't know.
Hmm. Hmm. That's interesting. That's definitely something that I hadn't considered. What other things? How long? So you worked for him for a year and a half?
I mean, not consistently, no. I mean, it had to have been about a year and a half ago he first contacted me. Went through my handler like normal. I don't know, before normal wasn't exactly on the MO. I mean, it was the same shit as everything. You know, somebody wants something stolen, wants someone dead. I'm the guy, so, eh.
Hmm. That's very that's huh. I kind of assumed that you were brought on shortly before us. I guess
Because,
a year and a half
well,
inconsistent, inconsistent, or inconsistent, consistent is not terribly as long as one might think, but it was
eh,
longer than I was expecting, I guess.
eh. And, remember that thing I said to you at that card game when I first picked you up?
Yeah.
I also didn't know if I'd. Well, he told me to say that on the tape. So, I mean, your guess is as good as mine if he was even actually in the room or power projecting.
You know, that's given the fact that I'll have to put some thought into that. I'm trying to build a profile on him the best I can. The more we learn, the better we get, and we've quite a bit about other players. Investigate everything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He shrugs and he says, honestly, I'm on board with Mikey. These gems are ugly as shit. I don't know why anyone actually wants them.
Yeah, well, whoever they are, whatever they're worth, they got us right in the middle of it. Set us up on a double cross, tried to have us killed or put in jail a couple of different times, and sent body parts to us. Kind of thing doesn't exactly inspire a whole lot of friendship.
And he's like, who you think the body parts came from?
Body parts? Well, given the information you guys gave me about the scene of the crime, well, there's a couple of theories there. If
Well, the
Erminger's
finger was
tool,
from that girl.
no,
Yeah.
no,
That was easy.
well, that was right. But what he's talking about is who got the body parts to send to us. It seems like something that might be in kind of in line with terrorists, and it was a clean enough hit. It was a clean enough job that it could have been a paramilitary organization of some sort, or it could have been an inside job. Haven't ruled out the possibility that Plainview has somebody on the inside working in the police.
Yeah.
So there's just knows too damn much about the criminal element. So there's
I mean, that
so
cowboy shifty cop dude. Didn't he have like a cowboy hat or something? Yeah, I remember that dude.
Yeah, he had a southern accent.
yeah,
But that was Oh yeah, no, he had a southern accent and he was wearing a duster and
Right.
cowboy hat. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He was actually very cowboy. Very
Yeah.
FBI cowboy.
Yep. And I think it's like so. However, the job was clean enough that anybody who can pay a decent amount of high-end mercenaries, some like a corporation, like a business like Ermischer's Fineries, could have ordered something like that. My leading prevalent theory is that it would be the Kabylians, just on the gruesome nature of it.
Hmm.
They seem like the kind of people that it could be just bias, but they do seem like the kind of people that wouldn't have a problem with getting a little extra gruesome.
He nods and says, freedom fighters do that. And kind of stares back at the road.
And he's like, and he just kind of and Khan pretty much just keeps driving. Like eventually turn like when we get back to city, like turn the car in, take a taxi back to the office.
Yeah, for sure. And you take a taxi back to the office. Um, and you have a note on your desk from whatever secretary you had hired, right?
Yep.
And that note is a call important. It's like call important security consultation, and then like in parentheses, I think big money, and then the same phone number that you have on that sheet of paper.
So I think this is probably the point in time where um
And this is actually the point in time where Khan gets to think about what he's about to do,
yeah.
because we are going to cut back to Joker and Pamela. So you guys get back into town, and you get over to your gross docks lair, your industrial spot, and
Uh-huh.
Pamela's like, "Hey, hey, Joker, I got a question for you.
Hmm.
You like do you like fishing?"
He pauses for a long moment.
Yeah.
Did once about, God, 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Can't hurt
And
to try again.
yeah, and she's
Maybe better memories this time.
yeah, and she kind of warmly smiles at you, and she like pulls out a napkin from her from like the dash, fuck, what's it called? The thing that you
The
open.
glove box.
Well, thank you, the glove box. She pulls out a napkin from the glove box and walks around as she's walking towards the driver's seat that you've just gotten out of. And she writes something down, hands it to you. She's like, "Listen, I don't really trust most people with my address, but first of all, if you're gonna do something to me, you're not gonna be able to pull it off. And if you do, then I'm gonna be very impressed and you've earned it. And second of all, boy, you need a social life. Please come by. I've got a dock. You don't need no fishing license. Government doesn't come around my house." And she kind of shoots like a bit of a sly smirk at that and hands you the napkin and goes, "Just think about it."
He probably takes it.
Yeah.
I'll consider it. Thank you.
Uh. And
I
she
will
nods
just
and says,
say,
"Oh, go ahead."
you don't have anything to worry from me.
She nods and goes, I figure you don't seem like the type who just flip for no reason. Well, I mean, flip as in flip on somebody, not flip out. Sorry."
Hey. He kind of just raises his hands. Mea culpa.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and she's like, "Well, listen, you take care of yourself. I'm gonna call everybody and see if I can get something set up at one of my more tertiary estates. But yeah, take care of yourself." She gets in the car.
Nods and, yeah, I guess heads inside.
So she drives off. Joker, it is home sweet home. What does Joker do when he gets home after being out of town for like a day and just like driving like ragged, you know?
Oh, well, he probably is still living off of coffee.
Yeah,
So, before, maybe he gets home, there's a laundry list of things to be done before he has a chance to get to sleep. It's going to be
right.
things like, you know, dusting, sweeping, that kind of stuff, maintenance. Yeah, you describe it as, people keep describing it as this horrible, filthy place. And he's like, I actually take time out of my day to clean my place.
I like that.
That
So,
hurts.
okay. Okay. So you've got like that spooky basement, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But like what's the upstairs look like?
Pretty clean and well kept. The warehouse is fairly heavily used in the sense that there's a lot of shit on the shelves,
Right.
but there's a system to it.
Sure.
He's even got a ledger for where everything is.
Right.
And probably, oh well, shit, it's Sunday. It's time to go through and do inventory.
Right. Make sure no motherfucker broke in and stole my shit.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah. Okay.
They
So,
just call it creepy and filthy because it's down in that part of town.
oh, for sure. Yeah, no. Like the basement is spooky, but like the rest of the place is like just a warehouse, you know.
The thing about the basement is maybe at some point he works his way down there. It was spooky because he made it spooky. It's really
Yeah.
just his office.
Oh, for sure. I get you.
So, yeah. But
Nice.
just a lot of things to try and like calm down from today before he decides he needs to go punch somebody. And other than that, just kind of taking it easy.
Yeah. And maybe you're kind of dusting and cleaning when like a knock comes at like the bay door.
Okay, well, sidearm in hand. Go to security cameras.
Yep.
What we got at the door?
You see a mousy looking kid, and by kid, I mean he's probably like 16, 17, sprinting away from your door, and there's like just an envelope in front of your bay door.
All right, wait a minute or two. Poke my head out, grab the envelope.
You feel the envelope, and you immediately can tell what this is. There is a tape in there, a cassette tape.
Well, let's give her a listen. He probably does actually. The only tape deck he has is in the Roadrunner, which is parked inside the warehouse. So
Yeah.
So yeah, sits in the car, opens it up, looks at just the tape.
Yep, it is a red tape with white lining. Looks exactly like all of the other ones that Plainview sent you.
Maybe there's a hint of a smile on his face. Time to get some answers. And yeah, he's gonna pop that in.
Nice. Yeah, you pop in the tape and you hear Mr. Joker. I'm sorry that this tape is meeting you under more auspicious circumstances. However, it has become clear to me that the situation has become above my control. I have reached out to Bickle, however, he has decided to not respond to my correspondence. So consider yourself my most trustworthy Hail Mary at the moment. I understand that situations may or may not be fairly tense among the group, and I can understand why What I did was something that was less out of necessity, and in fact, less out of cruelty than you might initially believe. You see, I have been running this racket for a very long time, and the one thing that I have learned is good help is hard to find. You gentlemen have proven yourself with the Venom job.
Hold on, hold
As,
on. I'm so sorry. My headphones died. 2 seconds.
oh, you're good.
Hold on. I'm sorry. No, damn it. Come back
That's
here.
okay.
2 seconds. And. Come on. Fuck. Come on. Stop. There. Maybe. And. Button. And. 2 seconds. Okay, I can hear again.
So where did I leave off?
Good help is hard to find, and my reasons are, better than
Right.
you might suspect.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys.
Mhm.
He's making God notes. Making God notes.
Most definitely what I'm doing. Definitely not messaging someone on a pressing matter right now. Definitely just God notes. Yeah. So he says, good help is hard to find, and you gentlemen have proved yourselves to be good help with the Venom job. You see, the other group I hired quite a long time ago, and they never could make good on exactly what I wanted them to. The job that you all have been tasked with went incredibly smoothly both times. There may be slight law enforcement presence, but that is, in fact, a risk of working in this business. Y'all have done an amazing job, and I understand why you play your cards close to your chest. If you would like, or if you wish, I will give you this choice. You can come to me, and you can have you can talk with my assistant. I believe you have already found out what you can about him. Or we can find another way to get the gems when you offload them. At this moment, I promise you no harm will come from me and mine. However, it is a dangerous world out there, and there is more to these gems than I have let on. I will know your
Oh
response.
shit.
Yeah. I will know your response by one of you showing up to the social club. And he gives like a time and a date. And it's like a week from now.
Hmm.
If you do not show up, I will understand you want nothing more to do with me, and this is fine. I will get my rocks one way or another, and when you eventually sell them, or when someone fucks up and they are stolen, I will deal with the aftermath. And the tape just ends there.
Joker stops for a moment, and then, yeah, probably ejects the tape, looks at it. Yeah, he'll burn it.
Ha! Nice.
I thought he would have shot it with his gun.
Oh, well, he hasn't made a decision yet, and that's tradition with these tapes. You get rid of them once you're done.
That's true. That's true.
So, whatever decision he makes, it's going to be his and his alone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's making it sound like he wants the whole crew to agree on this. Joker already knows that answer. And frankly, even if Khan decides that, oh yeah, we'll play along for a little bit, Joker's not gonna let that happen. No.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be someone else's tool to play cat and mouse with an incredibly dangerous man. That's not how this
Right.
is gonna work.
Right.
So, yeah. He will make that decision by his lonesome.
All right. And yeah, and I think that we will call it here, actually. What with two very important points of contact left hanging and left for everyone to think for a couple weeks. And let's start our sign-offs. Let's start with Mikey.
Sorry, I had to find my cheat sheet because apparently I have to be in everything every day because I have mental issues. Okay, Scott, I played Mikey. I'm having my fun. Y'all can't know. There's secret dealings. He's having fun. Anyways, okay. Thursday. Okay, tomorrow we do Ballad and Menagerie. I play chess. We do negotiation deals for trade things. I don't know. I'm a captain. That's all that matters. Then every other Saturday, which means it won't be this Saturday, we got the Bitter Ends, which is the apocalypse world where there's a bunch of water everywhere. Like a bunch of water. But I play Daddy Castiel. I got a dude to stop drinking for a couple days. We'll see what happens after that. I don't know. Play one day at a time. Then Sunday we got Cosmos, where I got Fagara. She made a garden. Or he made a garden. I don't know why I keep doing that. Anyways, he's got a garden. He shot some ghosts. I also play Anduin. And I don't know. Windows broke. He decided, hey, there's probably a fight in there. Let's go in and have some fun. So he ran in there and fought. Weird idea. And then on Monday, we got Firestrike, where he plays Xander. And Xander's just patiently waiting to get in the library so he can do his research, get the passcode, then go get the sifter, and then change the world back to normal. Or into his own image. He hasn't decided yet. Then on Wednesday, I play Knight and Hinch to Minch. Don't worry, she's doing fine. Yeah. Knight's just trying to keep the balance, I guess. I don't know. Knight's having fun. I don't know. Knight's got a lot. He's not stressing about it as much as other people, but he's like, oh, it's all cool. We're good. We got snack cakes and beer. Play Mortal Kombat.
Sounds like a good time.
Then, oh wait, that's back to Thursday, so that's everything.
Sick. Nice. All right. Next, let's do Han.
Hola, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Just the King's Rod. You can catch me here all kinds of times and stuff. Like Monday nights for Firestrike, my favorite group of space pirates, space terrorists, never do wells. Here every other Thursday for the Fast Cars Clear Gyms. God, why could I not remember that?
Don't worry, I also forget it all the time.
Fridays for the Ballad of the Menagerie. Every other Saturday for the Bitter Ends. And I think right now that's all.
Nice.
We'll move this one on down the road.
All right, and let's go to Joker.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sarah Smith, and to say you caught me playing Joker, the hitman who is feeling very hitty right now. The problem is the people he wants to hit are also the people he's Well, considering Khan was just like, yeah, that was your own dumb mistake. You're out 50K. I think Joker's decided, nah, no, 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 no. We might. We're gonna have to get some shit straight real damn quick if he wants if he wants Joker to work with him any further in this.
Didn't that 50K come out of like our expenses?
Yes, actually, it did.
So it's not like it came out of Joker's pocket personally.
I thought it had. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been so frustrated.
You know
Pretty-
what?
I'm just gonna say. Go ahead.
We can retcon that, but also like, yeah, we can figure something out.
Yeah, because even if even if even if that isn't a situation, Khan, you're still using us just as like pieces in your game, and Joker's real fucking tired of it. And I think it's his time to start doing shit behind your back, and don't know what to say. You can also find me on, let's see, today's Thursday, so next one would be, not this Friday, but next Friday we'll be running something super secret and super special, and you better be there because, oh yes, it's going to be fun. You can also find me on Sunday, running Tales from the Cosmos, where our band of adventurers has, they deleted the pixie, but, now there are just, other problems waiting in the wings, like, what are they going to do about the Hell Knights? And, are they really going to work with Mr. Clean to make this happen? Anyways, you can also find me on Monday to, excuse me, you can also, find me on Monday playing Twinkle Bailey, the isekai that, is, yep. We're doing the talkie thing, the thing that Twinkle's not good at. You can also find me on, Wednesday, in Hinch to Minch, where no, Acer's not okay. She's probably going to start burning buildings down. You better stop her before it happens. Anyways, one last thing. You. Have you ever wanted to set sail among the stars or chase evil across the cosmos? Have you ever thought that you'd like to play in a game here on Paradise Theater? Well, look no further, because Paradise Theater is currently accepting applications for new players to join the channel. Just reach out either through our Twitch page, our Twitter page. You could do it here on Twitch too. There's no reason you can't do that. Or through our email, and we will set you up with a test game. Show us you've got what it takes to be a member of the crew, and you'll be committing acts of supervillainy in no time. So,
and that email, by the way, Gunner, is
Paradise Theater.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, go ahead.
paradicetheater@gmail.com.
Please
we do check it, I promise.
Or the Twitter, which is
@PairTheater.
Perfect. Let's see. So, what are you waiting for? Hurry, apply already. And that's me.
All right, excellent. And that leads it back to me. Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5, Get 1 Free, and you've caught me today running Fast Cars, Clear Gems, the game that keeps getting twistier and twistier. I'm super excited because y'all have no idea what's going on, and it's exactly where I want it, and everyone's behind everyone's back at all times. This is exactly the game I wanted to run. You can also catch me on Mondays where I play Paralictor or X-Paralictor Burn Ward, depending on the day that you ask. Well, it's still X-Paralictor Burn Ward today. Where he's fighting big motherfucking metal dragons on Fire Shrike. You can catch me on other Thursdays with you can catch me on other Thursdays where I run Project Severovo, which is also twistier than a motherfucking Gordian knot, because crazy shit's going on there. I can't even begin to describe it without spoiling all these things that you just need to be there to see. I can't do it justice. You have to see it in real time or on YouTube. Speaking of which, real time, check out our Twitch at twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater. Check out our YouTube at youtube.com/paradise theater. And check out our Twitter at Paratheater. Once again, I'm trying to incite more and more shit between Rulon or Zulon the Lich and I forget his name. This is bad form. I forget his name, the Dwarven cleric. I love poking them at each other because they're already Twitter guys. They're kind of like lower follower count. So when you inspire community interaction between them, it always works out. They basically just said shut up to each other for like 8 tweets straight. It was pretty funny, and I had a little bit to do with that. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention Saturdays. Every other Saturday, you can catch me on Wave World sessions of the Bitter Inns, and playing Greasy. He's a DJ. He's a piece of shit, and he's the king of the pieces of shit. And yeah, other than that, I already front loaded my stuff for our own social media, so now I'm all kinds out of whack. So I guess that's gonna be my thing. Let's do an RIP Terminator and get the fuck on out of here.
All right.
R.I.P. Terminator.
Terminator.